themselves. We are here for the achievers.
Who are resilient
and won't take no for an answer. We're here for the coaches,
athletic trainers, and mentors
who are shaping the next generation of legends.
We are here for you, aggressively pursuing
victory over injury.
Learn more at andrewsportsmedicine.com.
Tide 100.9.
Jake, what's up, man?
Weather.
Cool and breezy with a sunny sky this afternoon, the high 59. Tonight, a light freeze, clear with the low at 32. Tomorrow and Friday, sunny both days. For Thanksgiving tomorrow, the high 51, Friday's high at 48. I'm James Spann with the Alabama Weather Network on Tide 100.9. It's 57 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Once again with Christian Miller taking him down.
It's time for the Miller's Edge with New York Giants legend and South Carolina Hall of Famer Corey Miller and his son, 4-time SEC champion and 2-time national champion Christian Miller.
And knocked down again. That was Christian Miller.
Here is college football playoff national champion Christian Miller on Tide 100.9 and 12:30 a.m. WTBC.
And welcome into this Wednesday edition of the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, presented by the Good Feet Store, America's Arch Support Experts. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you guys are, wait, Chase, I should have said it's a Thanksgiving edition. I know Thanksgiving is tomorrow, but as we let you guys know last couple of days, we will not be live on air tomorrow. Maybe we'll do a little Thanksgiving stream. Probably not, but if you guys really want us to, maybe we'll do something like that. But anyway, happy Thanksgiving, early Thanksgiving to all you listeners out there. Big thanks to you guys. We have this platform and are able to do this. So if I had to pick one thing I'm very grateful for, it's obviously this show and all of you that come here, support us, listen to us, and make this whole thing possible. Just like Chase, Reed, and everybody behind the scenes, behind the glass that does everything. So big thanks to all you guys. I'm definitely thankful for you guys during this Thanksgiving week / holiday. We obviously got plenty to talk about. We're diving deeper into the Iron Bowl matchup. I've had time to go back and watch plenty of tape and get my thoughts together on this this game. And I'm not going to lie, man, I think it's going to be a really good football game. I really do. The more I watch Auburn and break down this matchup, I'm coming away with a lot of thoughts. And I think it could be a very interesting matchup like we always expect here in the Iron Bowl. So we'll talk about that plenty. Still waiting to see if we'll have any guests for today. I'll keep you guys posted on that. But if not, you guys already know we're going to roll. We're going to break things down. We're going to take your questions, comments, and concerns. Take your phone calls, 205-342-9904. You always can contribute that away. Call us. We'd love to talk with you on the phone lines here on Tide 100.9. Plus, you can always come on to the stream, which we do that every single day on YouTube at The Miller's Edge, where you can check us out for free. Just join the stream. You can interact in the chat, hang out, watch everything that we do here when we put stuff up on the screen, all that good stuff. Plus, I'm not sure if you guys notice, and hopefully it's not lagging too bad for y'all, at least on the video. The audio is fine. But we got the setup back, man, which feels great. I got my whole setup back. So if you see me scanning across back and forth, because I got my wide monitor. It's like 49 inches. It's wide. But now I can multitask much better, and everything should be a lot more seamless. So I'm super fired up about that. And it's crazy. I told Chase, it must be something in the air for Thanksgiving. God is always good. I definitely know it had to be him because I didn't do anything, man. I had issues with the power from the storm yesterday. The storm knocked my power out. And crazy enough, I was going to box up my setup so I could take it to get fixed. And sure enough, when I went to turn it on, it magically was working. Everything was working flawlessly. So I don't know. I guess God wanted to bless me this Thanksgiving with my setup back. So I'm very thankful for that as well. Before we dive into the whole football talk, which we're going to do that, we got plenty of time for it. Chase, man, we got to talk a little bit of Thanksgiving, man. First and foremost, man, happy early Thanksgiving to you. I guess I got a few questions for you. Do you have any plans? Favorite Thanksgiving food? And, yeah, tell me one thing you're grateful for this Thanksgiving.
Man, Christian, happy Thanksgiving to you and your awesome family. It's been awesome to be your producer, and it's just thankful to do another year with you, man. But
absolutely
put me on the spot. So I will probably be heading out tonight to go to New Orleans to deal with some family stuff, and then I possibly will be back for Friday. I don't know yet. I'll let you know. But some Thanksgiving dishes. You can't go wrong with the turkey. You got to do it right, though, because some people can't cook the turkey.
Can't have the dry turkey. Is that what you're getting at?
Amen.
Yep.
I love me some stuffing, man. Some green casserole. I'm a big dessert guy. I don't know what it is, but I love me some pumpkin pie. I love me some cherry pie. I love to bake with my family. It's one of the biggest traditions of the year. And then obviously watching football, it's always a tradition at my family's house to just sit down, talk, and just watch football all day long. So yeah, man, I'm thankful. Again, just for Thanksgiving, everybody have a safe drive wherever you're going. Please be safe, but happy Thanksgiving to everybody that can hear me right now.
Absolutely, man. Good stuff. And listen, I'm getting hungry already thinking about it. I'm like you. I think we probably share a lot of the same stuff. Let me think. I gotta have either what is it, like yams or sweet potato casserole with the marshmallows on top. Gotta have it, right? That's a must for me. I'm not a big person when it comes to like sugar and sweets, but that's something sweet that I could indulge in all day. So I gotta have that. I've always been the type, Chase. I love turkey. Like you said, it's got to be done right. I need my turkey juicy. I can't do dry turkey, man. I don't want to be chewing for 30 minutes with each bite. So I need, a nice cooked, old up turkey. But I also need some ham, man. I've always been big on ham and turkey. I like both. So I need turkey, ham. I got sweet potato casserole. Got to have stuffing, dressing. I know everybody calls it something different, but got to have that. That's got to be done right too, man. That's got to be done right as well. My mom's is always a little sweet, like just a little sweet, not too sweet, but just a little bit of sweetness to it. Probably had some like cornbread mix, something like that. But anyway, it was really good. So that has got to be on my plate. What else, man? I'd go for mashed potatoes, some collard greens, some greens, any type of green, really. I'll take that. I feel like I'm missing something big, Chase. Honestly, man, maybe the mac and cheese. But you know what's crazy? And this might be an unpopular opinion, but I like mac and cheese, but it's not like a must-have for me. I know for a lot of people that is like a must-have on their plate. But for me, I don't have to have it. It's kind of like one of my secondary options, right? Like, especially when you have so many things to choose from, so many choices. Typically, if I'm running out of space, that's going to come second. Or I get just a little bit just to have some of it. And I guess cranberry sauce, that's kind of I don't need too much of it, but I like a little bit of it just for the experience, right?
I feel that. I'm the same way.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like you need some, but not too much. And what am I missing, man? I'm trying to envision my plate right now, Chase, because my mouth is watering. I'm already hungry thinking about it. I don't know. I'm probably forgetting something, but I feel like I hit the main ones, man. Honestly, as long as I have the things that I named, I'm solid. I should be good. There's probably a couple other things out there, but I want to know you guys' go-tos when it comes to Thanksgiving. What is y'all's ideal plate or must-have food? And then if you want to drop something you're grateful for, man, please do that, man. That's always fun. Hey, listen, they say, when you speak positively, you talk about things you're grateful for, you tend to focus more on that, right? Because obviously we all have a bunch of things that stress us out on a day-to-day basis and things that definitely probably occupy our minds most of the time. But now it's just a reminder, which we should do this every day, but especially on Thanksgiving, all the things we're grateful for, man, because if you really break it down, there's a lot of people out there that would kill to be in your shoes and would love to have the opportunities and all the resources that you have that you might, and I should say that we take for granted on a day-to-day basis. So always nice to have this holiday, not just for the food, but as a reminder of all the good things that we're blessed with on a day-to-day basis that a lot of other people might not be able to enjoy. That said, don't forget about our friends over at R&R Cigar, especially during this holiday season. They're doing that food drive. They're collecting canned goods. They're collecting non-perishable items. They've got the food drive going. They're trying to feed up to 5,000 families. Make sure you guys help them out. 2703 Gary Fitz Street is where you can go drop it off. That's their location. If you're also looking for a place to watch any sporting event, right? Basketball is going on. We know we got the Iron Bowl this weekend. If you're not making the trip to Auburn, you can always go hang out at R&R and go watch it. They got over 160 bourbons there on tap for you to try. Plus, they're now using the new Yay Alabama liquor. So you can go try that there as well. And, of course, they've got cigars galore. They've got plenty of them for you right there at R&R Cigars to try from. Or if you need to make an order, go on their website, rnrcigars.com. Use that code Miller's Edge to get you 20% off your order. So make sure you guys show them some love. And I forgot to mention, if you do support their food drive, they do offer you up to 50% off of one cigar to show their thanks for that. So make sure you guys check them out again. That is R&R Cigars. I'm telling you, a great place to go watch Iron Bowl, man. It's going to be lit. It's going to be packed over there. So go check them out this weekend if you're not attending the game. We got to hit a timeout. We come back. We start diving into this Iron Bowl matchup. I'm telling you, I've got plenty to talk about I'll let you know who we end up getting on the show. I don't know if we have a guest confirmed just yet, but if we do, I'll keep you guys posted on that. But if not, we're going to deep dive into it. I got some tape to pull up. Plus, Chase, we were talking a lot about coaching rumors and coaching searches the past couple of days, man. There might be some updates that might not necessarily directly affect us, but could be indirectly affecting us. And I'll talk about that when we come back after this quick timeout right here. Tide 100.9, 1230, WTBC.
Blast your taste buds with a new trolley-flavored Mountain Dew. Bold Dew meets sour sweet trolley candy. It's a flavor collision you've got to try. But hurry, it's only here for a limited time. Mountain Dew Trolley. Do the do, do the worm.
At Tuscaloosa Mazda, they are expanding their showroom to serve you better. Come see their new and pre-owned Mazda lineup, offering fuel efficiency, advanced technology.
Hey guys, quick question: Is my audio matched up with my video? On my end, it's kind of delayed a little bit, which I told Chase I could care less right now. I'm just happy my setup's back, man. I can do my job so much easier. But I'm just curious on y'all's end. Is my audio matching up with like in real time with my video? Let's see what we got in here while you guys respond to that. Jake, what's up, man? Good morning. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Kenji. Carla, what's up? Roll Tide. Love your show. Hey, thank you so much, Carla. I appreciate that. Really, thank you so much. Everyone's favorite Iron Bowl member. We can dive into that too. Shout out to Chase. You rock with all the shows. Appreciate it. Hey, absolutely, man. Big shout out to Chase behind the glass, man. Chase is the man. Y'all show him some love, man. Everybody loves Ebony. What's first? In terms of on my plate, I always go with the protein first, man. I always got to grab my turkey and ham while it's fresh. Shout out to all you in here every day. Really enjoy chatting every day. Shout out Christian Chase. Oh, man. Appreciate you, Jake, man. Appreciate you. Seriously. All of our listeners, especially our faithful ones, man, here every day, man. You guys are awesome, man. It's literally what I look forward to every day, man. I seriously look forward to talking with you guys. It's fun. Fried turkey, oxtail, fried collard greens, macaroni and cheese, and dressing. Kenji, that sounds like some high blood pressure, but it damn sure sounds good, though. Let's see. Latoya, what's up? Thankful every day. That's right. Alex goes to Arkansas. That's exactly what I was going to dive into because we were talking about yesterday, man, with Kane. There might be some good news for Alabama fans that were hoping that he would be hanging around. I kind of feel bad for him, though, because if I'll be honest with you, I mean, when he took this job, I mean, his goal was to, without a doubt, one day be the head coach again. 2 years into this job, he's doing a damn good job playing. They're playing their best ball. I'm just going to say potential dream job opens up. But it looks like it might have already been taken, man. So I kind of feel bad for him. Obviously, I want him to be around here. I think he's a really good coach, but dang, that sucks. We'll talk about that. Slight delay, but it's not bad. All right. Yeah, it's probably my camera, and I probably could unplug it, replug it in, but I don't even want to fool with that right now, man. All right. Maybe it's a slight one. I mean, I could real quick unplug it and try to plug it back in. Hell, let's try it. All right. I unplugged and plugged it back in, but it still is a little bit of a delay. So it's probably something else. It's probably with the network, but got to have that protein. Absolutely. Is Golish official? I don't know if it's official, but it appears that there's a lot of reports reporting it. So
393-9149.
Can never go wrong with smoked oxtails on Thanksgiving. So expensive these days. You got to leave it ducked off to the side so everybody don't see it. A lot of groceries are expensive, man. And you know why I was mad yesterday about the power going out? I mean, I was frustrated. It was causing some issues with the show initially, but I was even more mad when they didn't get it turned back on until like 5-6 hours, which meant I had to throw away a lot of food in my fridge. And I went to the grocery store like the day before. Man, you talk about groceries being expensive. Man, that made me sick, man. That was like the worst part, but ended up being all the freezer stuff was good, which is good. Which was good. All right, here we go. About to come back.
That's Brian Harding Construction at 205-752-9611.
This is Miller's Edge on Tide 100.9.
And welcome back into this this Thanksgiving edition. I was thinking Wednesday, but then Thanksgiving, and I just mixed up my days. That was a fail. Let's do this again. This Thursday, I just did it again. What is wrong with me, Chase? I'm so used to saying that the days of the week. This Thanksgiving edition of the Miller's Edge. Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. Sorry, we're talking so much about food and Thanksgiving. The whole chat has got me hungry right now. Latoya asked, Christian, can you and do you cook? If so, what's your go-to dish? Don't get me started, man. You're going to get me off track. Can I cook? Absolutely. I take pride in cooking. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm some gourmet chef. I don't cook the most exquisite dishes. Like, I don't try to be too fancy. But I'll be honest with you. That's about all I do. I don't really eat out. I hardly eat out, really. I pretty much meal prep everything. But I would say my go-to dish, I'd have a couple. On Tuesdays, I do taco nights now. It's like my main thing. Every Tuesday, I cook tacos. Shrimp linguine, I love to do as a pasta meal prep. Spaghetti, right? I'd like to eat a lot of like carbs for fuel and energy. Then I'll do like Asian style chicken, whether it's teriyaki chicken or like bang bang chicken with jasmine rice, like vegetables, all that good stuff. And of course, like your traditional like steaks and stuff. So I mean, like that's kind of how I like to cook. But like I said, I'm not gonna have like some gourmet type deal. But to me, it's pretty damn good. I take pride in it. I feel like I'm a pretty good cook, man. So it's a good question. All right, take a break from some of the food for a second. Let's talk about this real quick before we dive into some Iron Bowl talk, Chase. We talked a lot yesterday about Kane Womack, that whole Arkansas position, thinking that there could be an alignment there, right? He played there. I think his dad coached there as well. A lot of history between the Womack family and the University of Arkansas. He's coaching some of his best ball, right? Probably of his whole career. I mean, statistically, where this defense is stacking up right now at the University of Alabama under Kane Womack as defensive coordinator is really impressive. So I was initially a few weeks ago thinking, all right, he's probably about another year out from getting a solid head coaching gig like that SEC type position. And then fast forward a week or two, some of these, positions that are open started linking him to some, maybe some potential interviews and whatnot. And I was like, man, maybe I was off by a year. Maybe they are ready to give him that shot. But it looks like, Chase, he might have to wait a little bit longer to get that. And I'm calling it his dream job just because I'm assuming it is because he's, got the history there. But it looks like he might have to wait a little bit longer to get that dream job of his. There's reports coming out, and I don't know the validity of them, right? So just beware. They might not be official. We know how this goes. There's reports sometimes it ends up not really coming to fruition. But allegedly, according to some sources over in Arkansas, Alex Golish has allegedly agreed to become the next head coach of the University of Arkansas. That's why I said it indirectly affects us, right? It's not directly affecting us, but indirectly, I would assume that, because in my opinion, I didn't think Kane Womack would necessarily leave just yet unless the right opportunity came up, and I thought that could have been one of those right opportunities. Well, looks like, unfortunately, he's going to have to wait a little bit longer. And I say unfortunately because I feel for the guy, because, I mean, like, it seemed like everything was kind of aligning to make sense for him to take that job. But he's going to probably have to wait at least for that one. Now, there's a number of other positions we'll have to see, but I think he ends up being here at least another year. Personally, that's just my thought. Good news is they're locked in. He didn't even want to take the questions about it, and I think that's the right idea, because I'll be honest with you. We're talking about the Iron Bowl, and we know what comes with it, especially this year. We know what's on the line, right? A chance to go to the SEC Championship first time under Kalen DeBoer, year 2. A trip to the college football playoffs is on the line. And if I'm not mistaken, I think what's on the line for Auburn, I know a lot of people are saying they don't really have anything, but I think outside of them ruining our season, which they would probably love to do, I want to say if they win this game, that would make them bowl eligible. I think they've got, 5 wins right now. So I think one more would put them in that spot. So they're also playing with some marbles out there. That said, going back and watching this team, Chase, just to kind of preview it, man, I'll say this. We're going to need our defense to step up. This isn't the same Auburn team that had that stagnant offense for a majority of the season. I'll read out some numbers here in a minute. I mean, I get it. Last game was against Mercer, so no one's really including that. But still, if you think about it, I mean, it still was impressive playing a quarterback that hardly played, right, true freshman, and just seeing their body of work since Hugh Freeze has been fired and just watching what they're putting on tape. They've got some new life in this offense. We know about the defense, and if you don't, I'll talk about them here in a minute. I mean, one of the best run-stopping defenses in the country. They're really stout up front, really good front seven. They're weak on the back end. They're definitely vulnerable in that spot. But, pound for pound, they have a really solid defense, right? We know the challenges that come with that. We'll talk about it. But the offense wasn't really there with it. Now, under the last 2 games under, is it Dixon? I believe his name is Derek Nix. Yeah, Derek Nix. They've looked a lot better offensively. They've had a change at quarterback and seeing kind of what they're doing with him, kind of, utilizing his skill set, just making him comfortable, getting him, in rhythm, really just getting the ball to their skill players, right? They're playmakers. They're not really taking these crazy shots or doing anything extensive. It's a lot of quick passing game, just getting the ball out quick and letting their playmakers make plays. That said, this offense has been much more productive than it had been all year. So with that, it does make this game a little bit more of a challenge than you might have anticipated it being 3, 4, 5 weeks ago before some of these changes. So we'll dive into that here in a minute, because I definitely want to give a breakdown on it. I've been watching this tape. I've been paying attention to new quarterback, seeing what he has to offer. Watched a little bit of Mercer. I need to go back and finish that, but seeing what Deuce Knight has to offer. And I'll tell you why, because it is believed, and I think their coaches already had said this, but they're probably going to at least have him play a little bit. He's not going to get the start, right? I mean, they're going back with the guy Ashton, right, that took over for all these names. I'm trying to remember everybody at once. That took over for what's his name? Dude from Oklahoma. But they do expect Deuce Knight to get some packages in this game, meaning if you're Kane Womack in this defense, you're going to have to prepare for a lot. And it's interesting because, you're going to look at what they've done all year, but really you got to dial in on the past 2 weeks, because it has been a little bit different under Derek Nix. So we're going to dive into all that stuff deeper here in a minute. But first, we got to hit a timeout. When we come back, we'll do all that. We'll dive into this Iron Bowl talk. I got a lot more details that I'm going to give you guys, and maybe we'll try to pull up some tape as well. And if you guys got any questions while I'm doing it, man, make sure you guys drop those here on the chat. Call in 205-342-9904 is the number. We're about to break down this Iron Bowl right here on the Miller's Edge. Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, presented by the Good Feet Store, America's Arch Sport Experts. Quick timeout. We'll be right back. What's up, Christian? Have I missed a program? No, you haven't, man. I kid you not. I still haven't finished doing everything. We just need to just come on here and just start running it on here, then just let it just kind of come together naturally. Because clearly, I'm terrible with trying to finalize names and doing all that. But happy birthday, man! I want to see. I can see if Slade will jump on here today. I think he said he had meetings or something. Let me see. But yeah, happy birthday, bro. That's cool. You got a Thanksgiving birthday, man. So you got your birthday, then you get a whole bunch of good food, man. That's solid. Really only 2 weeks of intel. Yeah, that's the other thing that was kind of throwing me off because I'm like, if we're going to focus on the whole breakdown thing, we're kind of running out of time to do that. So maybe we kind of just need to just do that. I think at this point, we just get him just to me and him just do something where it's like a little bit more broad. That's why I hadn't finalized it because I'm like, I didn't want to rush and do like, all right, we're focused on this breakdown stuff. Then the season's over and it's like, I mean, we still could technically break some stuff down, but it's just a lot different, you know? So well, I just got to finalize all that. I've had a million things going on. It feels like, yeah, you too, bro. Happy Thanksgiving to all you guys, man. Kind of reminds me of FSU not knowing what you're going to get from Auburn. Yeah, it's interesting, man. I'll say this. If you go back and watch, especially that Vanderbilt game, I think that's a really good one to watch. Really, I mean, I could tell you, like on the surface level, what you're going to see a lot of. I mean, it's really a lot of quick passing game, RPO type stuff, zone read type stuff. They're definitely going to utilize the quarterback in the running game. Their running back Cobb is a good player, though. You definitely got to respect their running game with him as well. But it's not like, you know, Ashton, why did I forget his whole name? Ashton, what's his last name? Ashton Daniels, sorry. They don't have him doing like, at least I guess like their concepts in their passing game hadn't been anything crazy. And honestly, I don't think you'd expect a whole bunch of that going against us with one of the best secondaries in the country. I expect a similar game plan as what they had versus Vanderbilt, and it gave them a lot of success moving the football, just finding ways to get rhythm throws out, just get the ball out quick and letting your playmakers make plays. A lot of screen game, similar to kind of what you saw at Oklahoma, right? I would probably compare it like that. Remember how Oklahoma? Remember I told you guys like they just do a lot of quick game. They just try to, they knew their offensive line was what it was, and they weren't going to try to sit there and put material in these uncomfortable situations or positions. It was just a lot of quick game. The one there, you see them scramble. I mean, I think it's going to look very similar to that, what you saw at Oklahoma. That's personally kind of what I think you see. Matter of fact, I can show you better than I can tell you. Now, I don't know if I have the – let me see if I have the Auburn offense versus Vanderbilt. I don't know if I do. Let me see. If not, I'll pull up the TV copy. Let me see where we're at in terms of breaks.
North Fork, just before Carroll's Creek Baptist Church.
Let me see. Yeah, I don't think I have. Got a whole bunch of Auburn defense. Let me see if I look it up like this. That's interesting. I mean, I can pull up the TV copy if I need to. I don't know why they ain't showing love to Auburn's offense on here. And welcome back into this Thanksgiving edition of the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, presented by the Good Feet Store, America's Art Sport Experts. And yes, we're aware Thanksgiving is tomorrow, but we will not be on air, so we won't be talking with you guys, at least via Tide 100.9. So want to go ahead and wish you guys a very happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, and all that good stuff while we got you with us here on this Thanksgiving Eve. That being said, let's dive into this Iron Bowl talk a little bit more in depth. I told you guys I've been watching a lot of tape, going over a number of things, and I'm kind of forming my opinion a little bit more solidly here after seeing some things. But here's some things about Auburn, at least over the past couple weeks, right? We know Hugh Freeze gets hired. he gets fired. He was not hired. He was most definitely fired. Hugh Freeze, they let go of him. You got DJ Durkin taking over, defensive coordinator, right? We know a lot about him. Hell, he came here, interviewed for the job here, almost got hired by Coach Saban before he retired. But you've got a guy by the name of Derek Nix taking over with the play calls. Why do I bring him up? Well, if you go back and look offensively, Auburn has looked much better with him taking over the play calling over the last couple weeks. In the last 2 games, this is an interesting stat, and I understand Mercer was one of these games, but they are a pretty decent FCS team. Auburn has compiled 1,100 yards and 100-plus points, right, in 2 games. And one of those games was mainly done by their true freshman quarterback, Deuce Knight, who had, I think, like 4 rushing touchdowns. He had himself a big game. So the reason I bring that up is you really got to go back and watch the last 2 games, especially the Vanderbilt game if you want to. Or go back and the reason I bring up the Vanderbilt game, you got to see a lot of Ashton Daniels as well, who's going to be the starter, right? The reason Deuce Knight played last week against Mercer is because they needed to save him or save his final year of eligibility, and they did that by preserved that by sitting him out and saving him for the Iron Bowl. So you're going to see Ashton Daniels, who is a good player, right? You know, he played a good game against Vanderbilt. I know they lost in overtime, but if you go back and watch that game, I mean, he was solid. And if you go and see how they're getting things done, right, with this, I don't want to necessarily call it like a new look Auburn offense, but I guess you can call it that. I mean, they got a new play caller, new quarterback, all that good stuff. He was 31 of 44, 2 touchdowns in that game, 353 yards. So, I mean, they're going to have him throw the football a lot. But if you go and watch, a lot of what they do, you see a lot of quick game, a lot of rhythm throws, getting the ball out, whether it's screen game, it's really getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers and letting those guys make plays. And personally, I think that's probably smart. And if you go back and look, I think he's kind of had a little bit of issue with turnovers in his career, but he's done a nice job since taking over the starting job for Auburn and giving them kind of a new life offensively. They've got a solid running game. Cobb is their running back. He's a near 1,000-yard rusher, so you definitely want to respect their ground game. I had to pull up where they come in statistically overall, but I do know he's one of the top rushers in the conference, so they do run the football effectively. And now with Ashton Daniels in there, who also is a dual threat quarterback, you always got to respect that. You know, you did it with Jackson Arnold. This guy is a really good athlete as well, can extend plays with his legs, whether it's quarterback design run. He did have at least one rushing touchdown. I think at least one, might have been 2, I can't remember, but against Vanderbilt. So you got to be prepared for that. And even the third guy, Deuce Knight, is same thing, but probably a better athlete than the other 2. So I expect us to probably see at least 2. They've mentioned that there will be packages for Deuce Knight in this game. So he will see the field, but Ashton Daniels will be the quarterback that we're facing. Regardless, you got to prepare for the quarterback running game and that dual threat ability out of whoever we see. Could you see Jackson Arnold too? I mean, he technically beat Alabama last year at Oklahoma, potentially, but I think those are the 2 main guys that you will see in this game. Auburn's got some good playmakers. They're led by Cam Coleman, really good receiver. He's their top guy. Singleton's the next guy that they have that you got to pay attention to. Those guys are really good playmakers, and they're trying to get those guys a football. One of my keys that I would say if I was Auburn would be let those guys make plays, right? We've seen them incorporate in this offense a lot more as of recently, and it's been helping them pay. It's been paying dividends. It's helped them out a lot. So definitely anticipate seeing them trying to get those guys a football. Cam Coleman, arguably one of the best receivers in college football, really talented football player. I'm sure you guys from the state of Alabama are familiar with him. I expect him to be very much involved in this game plan. So if you're Alabama's defense, if you're Kane Womack looking at this game, you really go back and look at the last 2 games for sure. You look at everything, but really dial in. I really would dial in on that Vanderbilt game. That being said, we play a lot of, the way we play our zone defenses, I'll just say this, anticipating a lot of those quick throws, I would be coaching my guys up right now to be prepared, right? You got to stick and mesh to things, right? Because if not, they'll pick you apart. They'll take these little 5-6 yard completions and they'll just work themselves down the field. We saw it against Vanderbilt and hope that their guys can make a guy miss and get some yards after the catch. So you got to be ready for that. Be ready for a lot of screen game. But best believe they're going to try to run the football. Auburn's always done that. I don't really care who the head coach has been. When they play Alabama, they look to test you. And best believe you're probably going to see that in this game. The good news is what once was a pretty big weakness for this Alabama defense has been a lot better as of recently. Our rushing defense has improved tremendously. And I think a lot of that comes from a number of things. But really, if you look at our linebacker play has been much better from the first part of the season to where we're at now. linebacker play has done a complete 180. The D-line play has been pretty solid for the most part all year, believe it or not. I know a lot of people had their eyes there, especially with some of the injuries, but those young guys have really filled in and done a really nice job. But I think the linebacker play has just been so much better. We haven't seen as many, mugged looks, guys being out of position, doing things that, in my opinion, were kind of making their job a little bit harder. We're seeing guys like Nakai Hill-Green, Deontay Lawson look a lot. He looks a lot more healthy, a lot more confident, but flying downhill, being aggressive. And to me, I think that's led to a lot better success in stopping the run. So that's something to pay attention to on that side of the football. Let's flip it over to when we have the football, when the football's in our hands. Ty Simpson. I'm going to put this game in Ty's hands, and I don't want to put pressure on the guy, but I'm just going to be completely honest with you. Auburn's rushing defense, I saw where they ranked up. I respect it, so I wanted to go watch it. They've got some dudes, man. They and really up front, their front seven, they've got a lot of talent. They've got a number of guys that will be Sunday type players. The linebacker Atkins is a dog. He's a really good football player. I believe he's a semifinalist for the Butkus Award. Really good football player. They got a number of guys up front on the defensive line. Falk, I want to say his name is. I know he's banged up last week. He's expected to play going into the year. A lot of people had a lot of high expectations for this guy. So he's expected to be out there. Big, long, physical player up front. And plus their edge guy, I know 24, what's his last name? I can't remember his name. Anyway, they've got a couple of guys off the edge that do a good job. I believe one of them was a transfer. But look, they're strong up front. They don't give up a lot. They're stingy in their rushing defense. So here's the thing. I definitely think we try to do what we can, but just understand that it's a good chance you're not going to have this, newfound success in this game. But to be fair, going against Oklahoma, we talked about how good their rushing defense was, and we were able to find some ways to have some success on the ground. I think you got to look to do the same, especially in this game. You just have to try to find some ways. I don't think it's going to really get going like that, but at least find something that can help take some pressure off of Ty and not make it so one-dimensional, because I do believe with Auburn's weakness being their secondary, if we can get back to playing in that rhythm, if we can see Ty, come back to life and play how he had been playing before the last few weeks, I'll be honest with you, even with the challenges of playing on the road and all the stuff that comes with playing in Jordan-Hare Stadium, I think Ty has an opportunity to have one of those games where it's like a comeback-to-life game. Him and Ryan Williams, honestly, who's been I'm just going to say, he's been struggling a little bit this season, right? And I understand he was playing different positions in the slot, stuff like that, but we need those guys to have big impacts in this game because that's what you're looking to exploit. You're not going to sit there and beat these guys by running all over them. It's just not going to happen. Could you see what you did, against Oklahoma and have some success to help you out, right, to help you be more balanced? Sure. But don't anticipate going in this game and that's going to be your bread and butter. No, that's just almost like an assistance, right, to balance you out. What we need to have success in this game is to hit on those explosives that we were doing much more frequently early on in the year. We got to have those. And it starts with the guys up front. And they got to protect. Again, these guys do a good job getting after the quarterback. But to be fair, offensive line has been solid, but they will be important as well because we have seen when we do face pressure, right, we see what happens. Typically leads to negative plays, whether it's sacks, turnovers, whatever the case may be. So that's important. But like I said, this one, I'll be honest with you, I really think we need one of Ty's best performances in this game. And I think it's setting up nicely for him to have that type of game. He struggled the past couple of weeks, knowing him and how he is as an athlete, as a competitor. He's itching for it. He's hungry for it. He's a guy that's very passionate about this university. What other opportunity would you like to have than to go on the road at Auburn and set yourself up to have that kind of comeback performance, man? And I say comeback, it's not like he's been playing awful. I just want to be clear. Ty has not been playing that bad, but he hadn't been playing his best ball the past few weeks. That's just a fact. The good news is he's shown what he can do. We know what he can do, and he's done it in tough environments. He's done it on the road at Georgia. He did it against Missouri, and those are two solid defenses as well. So he definitely, without a doubt, can do it in this game, but we need him to return to form. I think that will be huge. That's one of my biggest keys, depending on how Ty plays, right? Which also leads me to the turnover battle. Going to be big in this game. You go back and look at the Oklahoma matchup, right? See how we played there. The turnover battle was the biggest story. If we go out there and we're not able to force turnovers on defense and, they do what they're looking out to do, and that's force turnovers, and we don't come up with the ball, that definitely could be an issue in this matchup. Plus, it's just going to give them momentum, which I don't think you want to do, right? Just knowing from experience playing on the road at Jordan-Hare Stadium. So I think if you start fast, this to me feels like one of those games where if you start fast and you want to try to get some of that momentum taken out of them, right? That way, by the second half, you can kind of, come up with some stuff, make some big plays, and slowly kind of come away with the game. But I do believe it's going to be one of those games where, it's going to go back and forth, especially early on. I think they're going to throw a lot at you, right? They're going to have that juice, but it's going to be critical that you find a way to take that life out of them. Because if not, if you let these guys hang in there, I'm telling you, it could end up being a long day. And we all know what happens when you keep dragging things out. You start running the risk of giving things up. And I just feel like this is one of the games where we need to come out swinging from the get-go and try to kill that momentum as quick as possible. Because these guys, since they got rid of Hugh Freeze, man, they've got this new life to them. And they're kind of at that point where we all know they're already going to come out fired up because they're playing us. They have a chance to, destroy our hopes and dreams this season. So you already got that. But now they've got this newfound confidence, man. So you definitely want to respect that and understand it's going to be a tough matchup. But I got faith in us. We just got to return to form, do a lot of things, a lot better than we've done the last couple of weeks. Not saying that's easy. It's easier said than done. But if we do those things, I think we should be pretty solid in this game. But that's kind of my quick overview. I should have said quick. That was a little bit longer than I anticipated. But just wanted to give you guys kind of what I've gotten and gathered over the last couple of days of watching these guys on tape. That being said, Chase, let's do this. We can I know we probably just got to go ahead and combine breaks. Let's do this. If we combine breaks, what time do we need to be out, Chase? Or should we just hit one now? You tell me.
We can combine breaks right now. It'll work out perfectly.
All right, perfect. We'll do that. We'll hit an early break now. That way we combine it. That way when we come back, we'll let you guys respond. We'll keep talking about this matchup. I got plenty more details I want to add to it. Plus, we'll start throwing some tape on the screen and show you a little bit more because I can show you better than I can tell you. So I'll probably pull up some clips from that Vanderbilt game. Maybe we'll get to Mercer a little bit, but I want to really focus in on Ashton Daniels, a quarterback that we plan on seeing. I got some examples from that game I want to show you. So we'll try to do that and more coming up right here on the Miller's Edge. Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, presented by the Good Feet Store. America's Arch Sport experts. Don't forget about our friends over there. If you're dealing with any type of pain, foot pain, knee pain, back pain, hip pain, you name it, go check them out right now at the Good Feet Store. They'll take great care of you just like they've been taking great care of me over the past couple of years with these premium arch supports designed to eliminate and alleviate all types of pain, right? They knock it out in just 4 short weeks. It's clinically proven to do so. Walk-ins are welcome, but if you want to be punctual, go to their website, goodfeet.com, schedule an appointment, and find the nearest location to you. Again, that is the Good Feet Store, improving the quality of people's lives 2 feet at a time. We got to hit a timeout. When we come back, we keep on rolling right here on the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC.
Hey, everybody, it's Gary Harris from the Gary Harris Show here at Tide 100.9 FM and 1230 AM WTBC, wishing you and your family a very happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy. Blast your taste buds with a new trolley-flavored Mountain Dew. Bold Dew meets sour sweet trolley candy. It's a flavor collision.
All right. Got to bounce. Have a great and safe Thanksgiving. Roll Tide. Yeah, appreciate you, bro. Thanks. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, bro. They haven't really played good defense last 2 weeks. Their offense got better, but their defense got worse. Yeah, no, I mean, you got, again, I agree, Mike. You got to just pay attention to like what they're going against. I agree, but I'm going more so off of just what they've done, right? They haven't matched up with the secondary nearly as talented as ours. You're 100% right. But I just also know when you have that extra motivation, that extra energy, right, in a game like this, I mean, just know they're going to be a better offense than you might have seen or anticipated, earlier on. Let me see. Wait, maybe they won't be bowl eligible. Oh, no, they are 5-6. So, yes, I think they have to win this game to be bowl eligible. Let me see. I don't know why I can't. If I just had to pull up the TV copy, we'll just be smart with it. Bama versus Auburn, in my opinion, will be decided between Bama's defense and Auburn's offense. And whether Ty can avoid turning the ball over. He has 9 of Bama's 10 total turnovers. Yeah, turnover battle, without a doubt, will be a key factor in this game. I agree 100%. I'm just leaning on Titans because I mean, listen, their secondary is vulnerable, right? They are very vulnerable. And if we have the tie in our passing game that we had earlier on in the year that had success, seeing Jeremy Bernard, Isaiah Horton, those guys, right? We're feeding everybody, getting our playmakers the football and doing it successfully. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I think I feel really confident in this game, even though I think it's going to be a tough matchup. I think we win the game. I mean, I'm confident about that. Now, if we see a performance out of tie that we saw against the likes of maybe South Carolina or, one of those games in recent weeks and we turn the football over, that's when I'm going to be completely honest with that. That would make me a little concerned about this game. I trust our defense. I think our defense is going to play really well. But I just know when you have a dual threat quarterback like that, sometimes you can be playing great football, but it's a matter of a guy breaking a tackle, scrambling, rolling out. That extra ability just to kind of pick up yards like that, sometimes, man, it just kind of just chips away. And you can be playing great sound football, but when guys are able to just find ways to just keep, marching down the field, right, second effort type things, that can cause some issues in the long run. So, I mean, we got to contain their quarterback for sure, without a doubt. Sorry, guys. Hold on. I'm texting Slade back. $17 and $15 on Auburn's defense players to watch. 17 for sure. Matter of fact, let me pull up their depth chart. Yeah, 15 is Falk, and I think he was banged up in Mercer, but he's expected to play. Definitely watch out for him. I mean, he's a guy that has a lot of NFL attention. Last year, he had 7 sacks, like 11 tackles for loss. This year, I mean, a little bit more quiet of a season, but he's a big, lanky guy. I mean, he's like 6'6", 285. So definitely watch out for him. 17. Xavier Atkins, that's their linebacker. Really good player. He's their leader in sacks. He's got 7.5, but he's not like a big guy. I think he's listed like 6 foot 210, but he's a damn good player. So yeah, 17 and 15 for sure, but also 24 off the edge. He's a really good player as well. He's got 5 sacks for him. Crawford, I'd watch him off the edge as well. I feel like I'm missing one guy or if I'm forgetting one. Their other backer zeros are good player as well. And they got this guy. Their front seven is good. I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. They got a good front seven. I mean, all those guys we just mentioned. I mean, they'll be some NFL type players. Reclassified center against Tim Keenan. I'm not sure. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. Is the starter out? Is he injured? Because I think their starter was the senior. But is he injured? I hadn't looked at like any of the injury stuff, but let me see. What do you like about Bama's defense in this game against their offense?
Basketball wins for men.
Well, I like the fact that we got oh, okay, so he's not playing. Yeah, well, shoot, I guess you guys know better than me in terms of that availability report. Shoot, that's definitely something to pay attention to for sure. What I like about our defense against their offense, our secondary, without a doubt, I think this is going to be their biggest challenge they've seen. In terms of our secondary, we probably got the best secondary in the conference, and one of the best in the country without a doubt. So I like that. We got Quay Russaw back, which is going to be exciting, seeing what kind of impact he can have coming off the edge. Him and Yanze, those guys are going to be important. So I'm curious to see that matchup as well. And welcome back into this Thursday. Chase.
It's okay,
Why?
Christian. It's okay. It's all
Dude,
right.
why can I not say Thanksgiving without immediately saying Thursday? I mean, I know the answer. The answer is I always say Monday edition, Tuesday edition, Wednesday edition, Thursday. I get it. I'm trying to say this I almost said it again. This Thanksgiving edition. This Thanksgiving Eve edition of the Miller's Edge. We got to practice slowing down. And this Thanksgiving Eve edition of the Miller's Edge. There we go. Maybe I haven't drank enough of my my smoothie that I drink every day. You guys are joking about me drinking that all the time. Hey, man, it's my fuel. It's charging me up. I haven't drank it yet. That's why. That being said, hour number 2, we're kicking it off. I just got done breaking down a good bit of just my initial thoughts. I say initial, but like my actual thoughts. I hadn't really had time to really dive into these guys until really last night and today before the show, but really talked about all that stuff. Only a couple things that I need to probably add into there that I didn't mention. We mentioned a lot of their key players to pay attention to, but a couple other things I missed. In terms of their offense, they're going to go tempo. That's one thing. I think they were already using some tempo under Hugh Freeze, but I feel like in recent weeks we've seen more of that under Nix. Best believe you're going to get some tempo. So our guys had to be ready for that. And we already know, again, I don't want to sound like I'm naming all these things like, watch out. But no, I'm just saying as a defender, these are just critical factors that you have to be locked in for, because that stuff, those are different elements, right? It's totally different when you play a huddle team versus a tempo team, and you just got to be ready for that stuff. Because what are the challenges of going against tempo? Not just, conditioning. You got to be ready to keep up with the pace, but also talk about communication, right? It's hard to communicate when they're running the play, they line up, get on the football, because you're immediately having to run and line up. And then you're trying to find out, to get the play. Then it's not just okay, we get the play, but you have to get the play, then understand your alignment for that play, or the coverage you're playing on that play, or what you're doing on that play. And then if they motion and do things, what you get to if they do that. So tempo can create chaos is what I'm getting at. And it's going to be important for our defense to be prepared for that, which these guys are working on that. This is just me putting you guys on, I guess, on game or just talking about it. But tempo, we definitely want to expect that out of this team. And I'll pull up some of these clips here in a second, but you'll see, like I mentioned, you see a lot of quick game, a lot of screen game. They run the football pretty well. They got a quarterback that they'll implement in their running game, and they're going to utilize tempo. And that's what they've been doing offensively. So that's why I said, for defense, it sounds simple, and it kind of is simple, but it's not an easy task, right? Contain the quarterback, be prepared for tempo, and limit the explosive plays, whether that's from their skill guys like Cam Coleman or their quarterback running the football, doing some RPO stuff, right? If you can do those things defensively and do a good job like we've been doing in the red zone, coming up with key stops, I feel pretty good about our defense, right? Again, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge with the stuff that they do, especially as of recent weeks, but I'm confident in our defense in this game. The biggest thing, I guess the biggest concern is, like I mentioned earlier, is that offensively, we're going against another good defense, really good front. The good news is they're vulnerable in the back end, and basically this is how I put it. What is their weakness? Their secondary. What has been our strength? Our passing attack. That's the good news. The bad news is we haven't been playing our best ball in the past few weeks, especially with even our passing game, right? If we went into this game and we've been passing the ball great, I'm not going to lie to you, I would feel 100 times more confident. But the fact that we haven't been doing such a great job of it does leave me a little concerned. But like I mentioned earlier, man, I'm choosing the belief that, hey, this is gonna be Ty's game, Chase, to come back and have a statement, right? It's like a statement game, right? Like, yeah, y'all asked me and we didn't play this part. Ironically, the clip that we played of Ty in his interview, I think it had this part cut off, but they asked him, people saying like, hey, what happened to Ty? What happened to the old Ty? This Chase is his moment. I mean, it's the Iron Bowl on the road, man. Like this game can create legends, bro. Like, I mean, like you talk about the Gravedigger play. Literally every year it seems like there's a play. You guys know there's a number of plays. I mean, Bryce Young with his historic drive. I mean, this could be Ty's moment, man. It's literally lining up in front of, perfect for him. Go out there, have a huge game against Auburn, the rival, and then we already talked about what comes with that. You lead your team to the SEC championship, all that ahead. I'm just choosing to believe, Chase, he's going to take all this fuel that he's had over the last couple of weeks, and I'm praying that he puts it all together and he has like a big performance. I mean, I'm rooting for him, man. Great dude, man. Great dude, great guy, and he works his tail off. He just kind of hit a little bit of a rough spot past couple of weeks, but I got faith that he can get it back. But we got to help him out too. And that's why I mentioned our skill guys. Like, I think Ryan, like this is a type of game, and we know Ryan had a big game last year. Like, we need that Ryan Williams, what's his nickname? Hollywood. We need Hollywood. We don't need Ryan. We need Hollywood. We need a Hollywood this game. And I think if him and Jeremy, they're going to have to step up. I mean, Quavis, a good chance he's not playing in this game. That, caused some concern for me because, that was one of our most reliable weapons for Ty, especially just kind of getting those rhythm throws in, which let me point that part out too, guys. If I'm Ryan Grubb, especially being on the road, knowing everything with that, man, and knowing how Ty's kind of had some struggles as of recent, I'm not saying I'm just like dialing everything back, but I'm going to let him just get comfortable. I'm going to make sure, like, as a coordinator, I'm going to do my job to put him in the best position possible, especially knowing some of the struggles that he's had recently. I'm going to do everything I can to make him comfortable right out the gate. Quick, easy throws, right? Getting a rhythm going, moving the football effectively, because we got playmakers that make plays. Let them build that confidence and rhythm early, and then let them get going and let that momentum build throughout the game. I personally think, if you take that route, we should be solid. And we talked about how good their rushing defense is, and I know a lot of people are, bringing that up. And I'll just say this, to spin in a positive for Alabama, we hadn't really ran the ball great all year, and we still found ways to win. Now, did it catch up to us a little bit against Oklahoma just because we were a little too one-dimensional, and that somewhat contributed to the turnovers? Sure. However, the good news is it's not like it's like, oh, man, we've not like we haven't seen us find ways to win without a running game. So that's the other point I'll make in that aspect. I still think you still try to at least establish some type of running game. But it doesn't need to be some ground-breaking game for us to have success, especially if we can get our passing game back going. 205-342-9904 is the number. We got Tommy up next, or up first, I should say. Tommy, welcome in. Tommy, you there? Going once. Going twice. Sold to the next caller. Tommy, if you want to circle back, man, feel free to do so. You already know the number to do it. Chase, I'm putting you on the spot, man. What do you think about this matchup? Alabama traveling to Auburn and going to Jordan-Hare Stadium, right? First time under Kalen DeBoer. We haven't mentioned that. That's probably something to point out, man. It's his first time. This staff's first time playing at Jordan-Hare Stadium. It's a pretty interesting tall task for him. What do you think about this game? How much you know about Auburn, and how do you see this thing going?
I honestly think it's probably one of the most interesting games for Auburn and Alabama, their history, because a lot is riding on this. On one side with Alabama, Kalen DeBoer, I'm telling you, he needs to win this game. He cannot, I repeat, he cannot miss the playoffs this season. It's imperative he does not miss it, or it is going to be an interesting offseason.
Interesting. That's putting it lightly.
I'm trying to be grateful. I'm trying to not, put fire underneath the furnace. Trying to kind of warning shot.
I feel you. I feel you.
And then obviously with Ty Simpson, man, you're right. The stage is set for him. He's been having off weeks left and right. People are starting to doubt him again, but Ty is that guy. He's the quarterback for Alabama. He's QB1 for a reason. And why not do it, honestly, in the voodoo of all voodoo down in the plains and really just stick it to your rival. I feel like he could possibly get back in the Heisman race with this performance because QBs for Alabama, they've had this historic performances against Auburn. It's really catapulted them into the sunset. And I feel like this is the moment for Ty and his wide receivers. Like you said, we don't need Ryan, the local guy at the post office. We need Hollywood Ryan Williams. Okay. I need to see his star on the LA street. Like, that's what we need against this very tricky Auburn defense. And then for Auburn, man, it's kind of the same for DJ Durkin. This would be a stamp on his resume to keep that Auburn job if he can pull out a win this weekend. And then obviously with how shaky Auburn's been, they need a signature win, leading into next season with recruiting and so much that they could ride on, be like, hey, like we beat a very, very hot Alabama team that had all the weapons, had all of the momentum going into the postseason. We can do that again. And it's really a positive in my opinion. But honestly, whoever wins this game is really going to be in a nice spot. Whoever loses this game, there's going to be some repercussions within the fan bases, within the departments, within the whole team, really. But I think Alabama is going to be fine after all of that. They have a lot going right now in their favor. They match up a lot better offensively. They have more firepower. I think defensive-wise, it's not even a joke. I think Alabama's defense has been the anchor of this team this year. They've been really holding their end, which was a problem last year that we kept harping on. Can they step up? Can they be consistent? They've been consistent. Now, I'm gonna be praying this special teams is really going to. I need them to be solid. If they can do that, because you know how these Iron Bowls can be. They get tricky and they get wicked. So I just need that special teams to hold their end, and I think Alabama can do the job and leave unscathed.
Great breakdown, great analysis, man. I didn't mention special teams because I was trying to hold it out, but I mean, listen, you brought it up. I guess we gotta say this. I would prefer this not come down to relying on special teams. Just being completely honest, but listen, we know that's a possibility. I'll say this: if I'm Kalen DeBoer, Ryan Grubb, I'm probably trying to do everything in my power to give us a safe lead where we're not in a position to have to kick a field goal to win this football game. That's probably going to be in the back of my mind, all jokes aside. But listen, it is something to consider. McPherson, on their end, they've got a solid kicker, and he's perfect for extra points. Now, I think he's like 0 for on 50+, which he's normally a pretty solid kicker, but 50+, he hadn't had as much success there. So it's something to consider, but he definitely is. You give them the nod, and when you compare special teams battle in this game, and hopefully it doesn't come down to it. But you're right. You brought it up, so we can mention this. I mean, there's a lot more riding on this game than just SEC championship and playoff berths. I mean, like you said, if for this staff, I mean, Kalen DeBoer specifically, if you don't win this game, not only do you lose a rivalry, but you miss the playoffs, and we know that's just not going to fly with these fans, right? I mean, our fan base, man, not going for it. So this is a very important game. Like this honestly is probably one of the most important games of Kalen DeBoer's career. The good news is, Chase, in these matchups that he has, these like must win or these big ranked, this ain't even ranked, but you get what I'm saying. In the matchups like this, I feel like where a lot is on the line, he typically does really well. He typically does well. Now, the only thing I guess you could be concerned with if you say, well, the losses typically came to the teams that were like unranked teams that you were expected to beat. So that I guess could make you a little nervous. But again, all that stuff doesn't matter at all. At the end of the day, they got to line up just like we got to line up. Doesn't matter who it is, where it is, man. Football's got to be played. It's about making plays, executing, tackling people, scoring points, taking the football away, protecting the football, and whoever does the best at all those things is going to win the football game. That's pretty much what it boils down to. That said, we got to hit a timeout. When we come back, we keep on rolling. Today is Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve. I got it right this time. Typically, there's an SEC teleconference. We'll see if that, in fact, still took place per usual, which I'm sure it did. And if so, we should be able to pull it up. That way we can hear from Kalen DeBoer himself. We're talking about him. Let's go ahead and hear from him. Hopefully we'll have that when we come back. If not, we'll be waiting on it, but we'll get to it at some point. And maybe we'll even listen to DJ Durkin, listen to their side and see what they have to say as we discuss Iron Bowl 2025 on Thanksgiving Eve right here on the Miller's Edge. Time 100.9, 1230 WTBC, presented by the Good Feet Store, America's Art Sport Experts. Quick timeout. We'll be right back. Let's see. Tia says, slightly disagree with Chase. Auburn has nothing to lose compared to Alabama in this game. Auburn's going to get a momentum push when they hired Summerall as their new coach. Well, I'll say this. I mean, it's definitely not even. But to be fair, I think they are playing for a what's it called? A bowl, to be bowl eligible. Now, I mean, that doesn't match up with anything that we got on the line, but I guess I got a little something. A little bowl game action, a little Cheez-It Bowl or Chipotle Bowl. I don't know. They're playing for a little something, I guess. Let's see if we can pull up this this teleconference real quick. Unless they didn't do it. Maybe they didn't do it today. Interesting. Not seen it just yet, but I'll keep you guys posted. We do have Ryan Williams from yesterday, and we have I think Caden Proctor too. So we always can listen to that as well. Let's see if they got. I didn't see the teleconference. That's right. That's true. That's true. Auburn's playing for the I don't want to be here bowl. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you're right. That's pretty much what the boil's down to. But I mean, hey, bowl game, I mean, I guess it's better than nothing, but you're right. It's probably not going to be anything significant. I mean, they're probably, honestly, if I had to guess, I don't even think the bowl game matters as much as they probably just want to beat us just for the bragging rights and to be able to say they would have spoiled our season if they do. But wait, speaking of Roman, because I think Roman was busy today. He might be able to hop on Friday. I see him talking on ESPN earlier. Maybe we should clip that. Dang, so Alex Golish to Arkansas. What are the other openings right now? You got LSU, Florida. Cutie, what up? You'll be calling in Monday. Either way, you'll be crashing out. Super happy. Get ready. Wait, what do you mean? Wait, why would you crash out either way? Oh, you said I either will be crashing out or super happy. I got you. Bowl games are great. Good cities normally 15 extra practice. No, I mean they are still worth it. But I'm just saying, if you're a 6-win football team, it's probably one of the less desirable games. Just being honest. But I guess it's still good for them. Superfly, what's up? Yeah, while we wait on the teleconference, we'll roll with Ryan Williams' interview from yesterday. Let me get it potted up.
Network on Tide 100.9. It's 60 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
This is Miller's Edge on Tide 100.9.
And welcome back into this Thanksgiving Eve edition of the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. Hope you guys are having a great start to your day and hope you guys have a great rest of your day and a great Thanksgiving tomorrow. We're going to keep on rolling here. But first, while we wait on that teleconference, if everything still goes as planned with that whole thing, we got some more player interviews that we didn't get to yesterday. We got Ryan Williams, who spoke to the media yesterday, who I think has an opportunity for a big comeback game in this game. I think, look, man, we all know what he's capable of, and we talked about it. You know, Auburn has vulnerability in their secondary. I think Ty and Ryan have a big chance to have those statement games. So let's hear from Alabama wide receiver Ryan Williams.
Good, and I'm just honored to be able to be a part of it.
Do you guys have any fun banter about it?
Of course. I mean, you know, he played for Auburn, I played for Alabama, so, you know, well, all this week we've been clashing heads, you know, playing a game, but, you know, it's all fun.
Are you, did you take a visit during the 2023?
Yeah, I was there.
What do you remember about that?
I was at the game when Bond caught it in the back corner of the end zone. It was just crazy, the environment, the whole game. It was, man, Jordan here, they bring a lot of energy. So.
Obviously, it's different as a player, but, like, I mean, for having seen that in person, what do you tell players who have never experienced it?
I mean, it's just like every other SEC away game. You know, there's going to be a lot of energy. Alabama, we're coming in, so we're going to get everyone's best shot. But it means a little more just because it's the Iron Bowl.
What's it like, Ryan, just knowing that they're trying to spoil what you guys have, and how motivated are you guys to know that you're going to have a target on your back this week?
I mean, it's nothing new. You know, this is what we face week in and week out. We try not to, you know, focus on external factors. We just know we got to go 1-0 this week.
There's some chippiness in the game last year, some fights after the game and during the games. What's the message to the players about kind of handling that?
Really just playing emotionless football, you know, nameless, faceless, you know, just keeping a disciplined mindset, because at the end of the day, like I said, we have to go 1-0 this week.
You were, you know, being a recruit of that game, like, I think I remember hearing that they were trying to get you to rush the field or get ready to rush the field. Like, what do you remember about how that all played out?
I remember being in the recruiting area, and it was about 40 seconds left, and we hit the big shot, and I was like, it was just, I was super excited for Bond, because, you know, we had a relationship, we still do, and I was just glad I didn't have to do anything like that.
How many games have you been to there?
A couple, like 2 or 3, yeah.
Just this past game, obviously there was the pass in the end zone there, as well as the teaching, the learning from that.
Really just never give up. I mean, if there's time on the clock, it's still a way to win, and that's kind of how we feel week in and week out. You don't like to be in those situations, but I mean, when you are, I mean, the game ain't over till it hits 0. So
I'm at the Eastern Illinois game.
Oh, the Eastern
Illinois. I think that pass came to you, and maybe turned a little earlier, just kind of what the coaching point
was. Really just focus on the ball. I mean, it ain't nothing extra. Just focus on the ball. Don't try to move without the ball. Yeah, just keep it simple.
Jeremy said yesterday, what if we go down there and blow them out? Are you in line with that same thinking?
I mean, honestly, you know, just how he was thinking, I think what he meant was really just going in there. If we play our brand of football, you know, execute at a high level, I mean, I feel confident, and the rest of the team feel confident that we will make our plays, and I mean, the outcome, it can lead towards our way.
You haven't played in Jordan Hare, but you have plenty of teammates that have. What advice have you gotten from them about going to the stadium?
I mean, really, just like I said, it's another SEC away game. They're going to bring the juice. They're going to come out hot, just like every other team that we've traveled to this season. It's just a matter of executing our plays and over-communication.
Have you reached out to any former players about playing inside Jordan Hare Stadium?
Nah.
You and Cam Hubbard, you have parallel careers from being in-state kids, one going to Auburn, one going to Alabama.
Just what are your thoughts about his game? And just, of course, you guys are not going to be competing directly.
Yeah.
Just what are your thoughts on what he brings to the table?
I'm really excited to, get to see it in action. I got to last year, and, we have over the years just both being Alabama kids. I'm super proud of him, the season he had last year and this year. But at the end of the day, we got to go 1-0.
You mentioned playing your brand of football. What's the challenge of doing that and executing at a high level when everybody in the stadium, it seems like, is cheering against you, and especially in a true rivalry setting?
Really, we understand the environment. That's why we have our crowd noise every day at practice, and really just trying to, there's no such thing as over communication, so we just really communicating at an extremely high level and trying to get everything across, make sure everybody's on the same page, and if we do that, we'll be fine.
At this point in the year, when you play so many games and been through so many different road tests, is the challenge something that you look forward to?
1,000%. It's just exciting to go on the road. We have a mindset of hell and white, and really just going out there and executing at a high level.
And what does that excitement look like on the field, maybe before the game and you guys are getting ready to go and things like that?
Really just looking at your brothers and see that look in their eyes, and just understanding the work that we not only put in, that we're going to put in the rest of this week, but this whole off season, and we know we have the same goal at the end of the season. So, that look, it's go time.
If you had one word maybe to describe your confidence level going into this game, what would it be?
One word. I don't know. We're just going to go 1-0.
I don't know it's 3 words, but we'll technically 4, right? If you don't have the contraction, but we'll take it, Ryan. We'll take it, man. IDK, maybe we'll say that's what he meant, right? They're good stuff from him, though. Hey, listen, the guy seems confident, and talk about maturity, man. Listen, they're trying to ask some questions there, and he cleaned up a little bit. And I shouldn't even say cleaned up. What Jeremy said went terrible. They definitely just took that one part of it, the whole blowing them out type deal. But good on his part, man. Being mature, not leaning into that and kind of cleaning up that response, right? So smart kid, man. And like I said, I'm expecting him to have one of those big games this week. I'm hoping for it. I think we definitely need it. And I want it for him too, man. He really is a good guy. I feel bad I know he's gotten some criticism, right? A lot of people had high expectations for him, just knowing his potential, right? Everything he did last year as such a young player, this year, whether it be, I want to say out of position. He's more than capable of playing in the slot, but something that's a little bit new to him. We know that. Sometimes when you get in your head, you got a lot of pressure on you, right? You kind of go through a little bit of a rut. I know from experience as a player, it happens. And I'm rooting for the young man, right? Because I've even seen stuff. It's just sad sometimes, man, people, when these guys aren't living up to the expectations of the fans or whatnot, people start personally attacking these guys. And he's not done anything wrong. He might not be playing his best ball this season right now. It happens, but I'm not a fan of some of the personal stuff I've seen some people saying online. But it is what it is. Can't control what people say. But like I said, I'm rooting for him, and hope he has a big one this weekend in the Iron Bowl, because I know that'd be great for our team, but also really special for him being an in-state guy. We got to hit a timeout. When we come back, we got some folks on the phone lines. We'll go to you guys. We'll keep on discussing this Iron Bowl and more on this Thanksgiving Eve edition of the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230, WTBC.
Your flagship home.
Oh, man. Listen, I said I was going to just overlook stuff. I'll just say this. I'm gonna joke around with it because it's funny. I see Smoot guys in here again. Look, man, we're not fair weather fans over here, man. We just break down the game of football the way it's supposed to be done, non-biased, and look, just break it down from an analytical perspective. We watch tape and we talk ball, right? But I understand what you do. You troll and you come on to other stuff because it brings attention back to your stuff. Listen, I'm not dumb. I know what you're doing, bro. Like I said, it's all good. It's all love. I hate that you take that approach. I'm being completely honest with you. I hate that you take that approach because if I'm gonna put you on game right now, you probably don't care, but I'm just gonna put you on game. You're burning bridges when you do that with a lot of people, especially that are in spaces that you might want to be in. And it's not very smart, but It's fine. I mean, you're welcome to do that. Is your life, your content, whatever. But if I were you, I personally wouldn't do that. I would actually look to like work with people and try to grow that away. You see what I'm saying? Like the approach you take is just not, like I said, but I guess everybody's got their way of doing it. But even though you come in here, troll and do all that stuff, like I said, we just laugh at it, man. Nobody's fair weather or anything. I don't know why I explain this, but number one, I'm not a fan. I'm a former player and a former captain, right? So like, this is not a fair weather fan. So I don't know who you're referring to with that, but I'm not a fan. I'm a former player on every level and an analyst, a true analyst, right? That I get paid to do this. Not just on social media, online, but literally to do broadcasting. So, like I said, it's all love, man. I wish you nothing but success. I really do. I mean, I prefer you not just come over here and just be childish like that, but you do what you do, bro. But like I said, it's all love over here. And what's crazy, and you're probably not even gonna. You know what's crazy, guys? He's probably not gonna believe this. And I promise to God, I'm not making this up. Before I even had any like interactions with them, like coming over here doing any of this stuff, I'm not making this up. I promise you guys, it's a true story. I was thinking in my head, because remember we used to get like Stephen M. Smith on here. And I was like, man, who are some other people that I feel like I could like get on the show and give some opportunities that I know like to cover football that I've seen, right, doing some stuff. And I kid you not, for whatever reason, like he came to mind. Like I was like, man, I met him outside of the football facility one time, because like he was with the other guy and they're like doing an interview. They asked me to do an interview thing, and like he was like super excited to get me on there, and I was like, man, I thought I should, like he'd be a guy to give an opportunity to. And I never really got around to it. But I hate to say it, but that's what I was saying about like the burning bridges thing. Because now looking back, I kid you not, like it's probably a good thing I didn't do that, because now that I've learned more, it's just not. That's not kind of how I like to do things. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's welcome to do whatever he likes on his thing, but me personally, I wouldn't want somebody like giving somebody a platform like that doesn't align with like what I do. You know what I mean? But it's just kind of crazy if you think about it. The point of me saying that is saying like you just never know like who might actually be somebody, like the people you run into who might actually be somebody that could be a good connection, or somebody that might be, looking to give you an opportunity. Then you end up burning it because you're going about certain things a certain way. But like I said, like it's all fun and games, bro. I promise I don't take the trolling and stuff serious. I know we responded to that one guy on the Facebook thing yesterday, but listen, it's Thanksgiving, man. I've got so much to be thankful for, bro. Especially if you've been through even half the shit that I've been through in my life, bro, you learn to just be grateful for even just waking up every morning. So I'll never let negative energy or negative people or people like that ever affect me or whatever. Because at the end of the day, man, there's so many more things in life that are so much important than this game of football that we love, all the things that we talk about. I mean, there's so many things bigger in this world, man. That's what I'm focused on. So anyway, that was my Thanksgiving spiel and speech for you guys in this holiday season. Hope you guys got something from it. we're taking the troll situation, the negative stuff, and we're flipping it to spread positivity, man, because that's what it's about. I don't do the whole negative stuff like that, like harassing and antagonizing people, and nah, we don't do that over here, man. We're all about true relationships, breaking down the game of football, whether people hate it, love it. Like
that's IQ bar to 64,000.
People might get upset, but that's what it comes with, man. I'm just telling you guys right now, if you guys sit in a football meeting, anything we talk about on here is literally like the nice version of that. So if people think that's a bad thing to just break football down from an honest perspective, all right, I don't really know what to tell you. And welcome back into this Thanksgiving Eve edition of the Miller's Edge. Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, presented by the Good Feet Store. America's Art Sport Experts. We've been talking a lot about this Iron Bowl matchup, breaking it down, talking about a whole bunch of different factors, things to look out for. I know I said we're going to get to some of that tape, and I promise I'll try to throw some up here on the screen. But first, we got to go to the phone lines, 205-342-9904. I think we got Tommy back on the line. Tommy, welcome in.
Hey, Tristan, how are you today?
I'm good, man. How are you, Tommy?
Great. I think you got one problem. I think you got turkey on the brain.
I probably do, man. Listen, you got to remember my showtime, man, 11 to 1. I'm like prime time lunch hour, right? We do radio when everybody's on their lunch break listening in. So while everybody's enjoying their food, I'm sitting here talking and entertaining and working. So I guess you're right, man. You caught me red-handed, bro.
Yeah, you got turkey and yam on the brains. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
I'm jumping the gun a little bit. That's on me.
Well, that's okay. It's like you can do that. All we got to do is just manage the game Saturday and play smart football and don't lose the turnover battle. In my opinion, that's what have hurt us in our 2 losses. We gave up too many points on turnovers.
Yeah.
And we control that. And I know people hate to hear this terminology again, but I'm using if Ty Septon just manage the game, go with the flow, take what Auburn give us, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Yeah. No, and I think that should be the approach, right? You know, we talked about it earlier. If I'm Ryan Grubb, man, get him comfortable, right? I mean, you look at Auburn's defense, their front seven, really talented group. They don't give up much on the ground. You try to establish somewhat of a running game to be balanced, but even in the passing game, man, use those extensions that we talk about, quick passing game, screen game, just little, easy rhythm throws for Ty to get comfortable and build that confidence back up. And then when those opportunities start opening up, you start taking advantage of those things. But he don't need to do too much. Just take what the defense gives him. I mean, recently, I think a lot of it, as if you look at it, I mean, I think he's in his head a little bit. His timing seems to be a little bit off. And you just got to trust, what he's seeing out there and make those throws like he was making before. And the good news is he's done it literally, the first half of the season outside of that Florida State game. We saw, all the accuracy on those throws. We saw everything that he was able, those hole shots, attacking the middle of the field better than almost any quarterback out there. He still can do that. He just has to get that confidence and that accuracy back up. But what's one way to kind of get to that? Those short, quick passes that build that confidence, get you in a rhythm, let your skill guys make plays, move the football down the field, keep that defense honest. That way they can't sit on these things. And that's going to set them up to have more success. Because, I mean, what's happening is, like, even if you go back and watch Eastern Illinois, that interception, like I'm telling you, I guarantee you they coached that whole defender up on that play. And they told him to play deeper because they know we've been taking advantage of the deeper part of the middle of the field. So you got to expect some of those things to start coming up because people watch tape and they see our tendencies. And so now you just have to just do some things to kind of counteract that a little bit. And I think Ryan Grubb, he's a smart guy. I anticipate him having a good game plan for this game.
Yes, I mean, they just got to stay in the game plan and stay in the self and just focus on the task and do their jobs, and they'll be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not buying all this voodoo crap because, it just, I mean, shame on them. Your father should be giving them a sermon about staying away from that witchcraft stuff. Yeah. Don't believe in that voodoo mess. Yeah.
Listen, I wouldn't call it that. I don't believe in all that crap either. But I do know it's a tough place to play given the environment, man. Like, if I had to list probably top SEC places to play or the like loudest, most hostile environments, they're definitely up there. Tennessee and Auburn, they're definitely up there. They do a hell of a job, bringing a loud crowd, bringing that environment. They bring it, right? Especially when we play them. Every experience that I had playing at Jordan-Hare Stadium, man, it was definitely a tough one. That said, at least as a defensive guy, because we know offensively they're the ones that get it the worst. Like, the crowd is the loudest when offense on the field. Like, that their job is really affected the most versus us on defense, right? They try to be a little more quiet when their offense on the field. But I'll say this, man. As a player, I always embrace playing on the road. And it might be different as a defensive guy, but I always loved playing on the road. Like, there was nothing more satisfying than going out there and you see how the crowd is at the beginning of the game to what it is at the end of the game after you handle business. And I just hope these guys adopt that mentality, right? Because if you go in there with that mindset, that mentality that, hey, man, we're going in here, you're like a gladiator, right? You're the man in the arena. No one understands what this is like unless you put those cleats on and been on that grass with all these people cheering, cussing you out, booing, whatever. But you got to embrace it, man. Like, you got to take on that role. Like, we're the University of Alabama. Like, take pride in that and know that all that training that you've done, everything that you've done up to this point has prepared you for it. There's no need to be nervous. There's no need to be anxious. Don't worry about the outcome of the game. Just go out there and worry about kicking the dude in front of you's ass one play at a time for 60 minutes in the game, over and over and over, and you will get the result that you want. I definitely just sounded like Coach Saban right there, but I can't help it. But I'm telling you, they take that mindset out there and know they're going to probably get punched in the mouth a couple times. It's a rivalry game. But, hey, go handle business. Kind of like we saw against Georgia. Like, we had that against Georgia. I just feel like in the past couple weeks, hadn't really been – like South Carolina – in some of these other games, we hadn't really had that same swagger, at least offensively. And I'm hoping we can bring that back. Like, I mean, Ty was not taunting the crowd, but at Georgia, I mean, you saw them, right? I mean, they're fired up, pumped up. Yeah, they're facing the crowd after they score. Like, we need that type of attitude and energy. Like, it's the Iron Bowl, man. Like, what we saw last few weeks, man, I need our offense to say, all right, we've been a little timid the last couple of weeks. Nah, man. Nah, it's go time. It's time for the Iron Bowl, and it's time to get active.
Yeah, I mean, this is serious time. This is a playoff game. I mean, there's
it pretty much is, right? It pretty much is. It's an unofficial playoff game, pretty much.
Well, yeah. I mean, we got to win this one. We got to win the state champion. To me, that's the most important right now. Getting that number 6 win, winning that, going to SEC, taking that, and winning that. Because you know what? I'm going to say this. I do not trust that freaking committee in Indianapolis, whoever the heck they meet, to do the right thing. And we lose one, we win this one, Alabama will be the first team 10-3 will be left out of the playoff. I do not trust them. I have a long history of watching them, in my opinion, screw Alabama over.
Wait, hold on. Who are you talking about the committee?
Yes.
Listen,
yeah.
Now I know it's a little bit different now because I wasn't a part of this big, I guess, whole committee thing. But I will say this. I have experience, Tommy, with the committee from the 14 playoff system. I will say they showed us some love, especially talk about Auburn in 2017, second and 26 championship year when we beat Georgia, right? Remember, we went to Jordan-Hare Stadium. We lost. We lost our final regular season game. That was my first game back from my biceps injury. Me and Terrell Lewis, we made our return. Everybody was fired up, right? We got the edge guys back that missed damn near over half the year. And then we go and we lose to Auburn. And our I guess, everything was in the hands of the committee. That knocked us out of the SEC championship game. So we were sitting at home waiting. And we had to basically put our faith in the committee. So I'll say this, Tommy. I hear what you're saying, but I got to at least tell them, thank you, committee, for seeing what was right that year and putting us in the college football playoffs. Because we ended up getting our shot. We got in as the number 4 seed, and we ended up winning it all. And thanks to the committee that year, I got this beautiful ring sitting right here. I wouldn't have this if it wasn't for the committee in 2017. So I can't bash them too much. I can't bash them too much because they got me this.
Well, I can because I'm going to say Iowa, whatever, lost that Friday. Remember they had that tragedy. Oh, they was emotional. They didn't tell that team nothing about what happened after the game. They had a big lead in the blue. Everybody lost before y'all, and that opened the thing up. But no, going back to history of the polls in this committee, no. Because I saw it in 67. I saw it in 77 when we were denying national championship.
Whoa. You say 60s and the 70s? Hold on, Tommy. What committee are you talking about, bro? Wait.
No, I'm talking about the polls and everything. They have always had to buy, and it's the same group of people, the Northeast. have always had a bias towards the Southeastern Conference. Look it up. We were
Okay, I'm
defeated
gonna look it
national
up.
championship 64-65. We went undefeated in 66. Notre Dame tied the last game of the season, and they gave Notre Dame the national championship. Look it up.
Listen,
It's there.
I can't speak on that committee or that process. All I can tell you is, in terms of the college football playoff era, hey, they ain't really do us too bad when I was, like I said, I mean, I made the playoffs every single year, and I was here 5 years total. I made the playoffs every year, and like I mentioned the last time, the only time I lost to Auburn, was in 2017, and we had to put our faith in the hands of the committee, and we came home with these. So I hear what you're saying about the committee, Tommy, but I can't. Something in me is like, man, go easy on them because they did the right move with that one. So I can't be mad at that. Tommy, we got to hit
what? Yeah, what? 5 or 6 times. No, look up the history. They were
they put us in there 5 straight years. So I'm just saying. Tommy, we got to hit a break, man. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. I hope you have a great holiday with you and your family, your brother, and everybody. And look forward to talking with you soon, man.
All right, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Roll Tide.
Yes, sir. Roll Tide, Tommy. All right, we got to hit a quick timeout. We come back. We wrap things up back on the phone lines. We got Bryce. We got Robbie. We're coming to you when we come back right here on the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230, WTBC. Hey, it's Christian Miller, host of the Miller's Edge here on Tide 100.9, coming to wish you and all your loved ones a happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays on behalf of myself and all the fine folks here at Tide 100.9.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to 4.
Just win, Bama. Absolutely, man. That's what it boils down to. Just win. Yeah, guys, I can't hate on the committee too much. I'm just being honest with you, man. They put us in 2014, my first year. We played Ohio State in the Sugar Bowl. And that year we lost to Ole Miss, so we had one loss. What seed were we, though? Because we won the SEC championship that year. We beat Missouri. But I'm trying to think. I don't remember what seed, but we were in there then. 2015, we lost to Ole Miss again. Won the SEC championship against Florida. What seed were we then? I don't know. We were top seed, though. Might have been 1 or 2. 2016, I'm pretty sure we were number 1 seed because we were undefeated. Won the SEC championship against Florida again. Then we lost to Clemson in the championship game down in Tampa. 2017, we just talked about that lost final regular season game. Still got in at number 4. Thank you, committee. Because that could – listen, if they didn't put us in, guys, I mean, it was what it was, man. But they did, and we blew Clemson out in the first round. And then we had 2nd and 26. And my last year was similar to 16, man. Ran the table undefeated. Won the SEC championship game in a close one against Georgia. And then, beat Oklahoma in the Orange Bowl. Then lost to Clemson. So, I don't know. Part of me, then you got to think, too. They put us in over Florida State, too. So, I don't know, man. I don't know if I necessarily agree with Tommy. I don't think they have it against us by any means. I really don't. If anything, I almost feel like they understand the value of having a good Alabama football team in the playoffs, right? Because, I mean, you never can count out an Alabama team. You never can count out Alabama. And they know that. And that's only half the battle, right? That's what should matter. But what also matters to them is this. And they know that Alabama's going to bring that. Alabama's like I think we had the most watched game or something like that. So, yeah, I don't have too much negative about the committees. That's just me being honest. Chief, you're wild, man. I just saw what you commented. You're wild, man. Life coach. Hey, man, all the lessons that I've learned from Coach Saban and all the things I've been through in my life, man, like I'm sure I probably could definitely put some people on some game, man. You know what's crazy? I feel like life coach would be a dope job, but I feel like too many people would take advantage of that title, and it's like I don't know what they really do with it. feel like they say that and they'd be charging people just for like nothing. But I don't know. All right, we got about 6 minutes to squeeze in these two calls. We'll do that. Highest average viewed on the season. There you go. Appreciate that, Phil. Yeah, we definitely have that. I think we have the game with the most viewers as well.
Visit via.
And best believe, I'm telling you, the committee, they're not going to say that, but that's got to have some slight influence, man. Maybe not nearly as much as, what goes on between the lines, clearly, but best believe it has something to do with it. And welcome back into this Thanksgiving Eve edition of the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC. Let's wrap up with some phone calls. 205-342-9904. We got Bryce up first. Bryce, welcome in.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Kristen, what's your schedule this week?
We're off tomorrow, and we should be back on Friday.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know if it was going to be a Friday or not, but Kristen, in case I don't get to talk to you, I don't see this game like everybody else is seeing it.
How so?
I got a different feeling about this game than I did. I was worried about Oklahoma and Georgia. I'm not worried about this game because you've got leadership. You got Ty, you got Bernard, and you got Jam Miller. This is their last hurrah. So they get to go out to Jordan Hare and show out and take care of business. They got too much in front of them. I see this game could get ugly because I think Auburn's going to turn the ball over. I really do. Because this defense we got, you got to remember, they only gave up 7 points against Oklahoma. And every time we've lost the ball game, the 2 games we lost, we turned the ball over. We don't turn the ball over, it's going to be interesting. That's all I can tell you. I see this game a whole lot different than everybody else is seeing it. I'm not worried about Auburn.
That's interesting. I'll say this. Contrary to what you believe, I do think it's going to be a tough matchup. And I just, I talked about it earlier and I explained why I don't have enough time to do it now. But that said, I'm with you. I think we take care of the football. Listen, I know their offense has some new life to them, but I like how our defense has been playing. That's why I said earlier that even with some of the things that they're doing right now, I don't think it would be nearly enough to really give them a whole bunch of success. Could I see them scoring a couple points here or there, right, to kind of keep it a little close, maybe at least for 3/4 of the game? Sure. But our defense, man, one of the best red zone defense, really what we already talked about, one of the best defenses in the country, but red zone defense, I mean, we're solid. That's why I said if you contain the quarterback and don't let them get away with these sneaky little scrambles, extending drives you should be getting off the field, or allowing too many explosive plays that keep them in the game. I'm with you in terms of that front. But it would be irresponsible for me to sit here and say that there's not going to be challenges for our offense to overcome. Do I think we can overcome those? Absolutely. But I do think it is, worth noting that, yeah, they've got a good defense. You're in a hostile environment. That's not just some easy task where you just go out there and just go, play your best ball typically. I mean, you're expecting to have some turbulence. And with that, I think, combining that with how we've seen our offense play the last few weeks, that's why I always note, if we play the way we played the last few weeks, this game will be a lot closer than it should be, and we could run into some problems. If we return to form offensively and we see that Tyson's we saw earlier in the year, I'm with you. I'm not saying a blowout, but I think you win this game a little bit more comfortably than some people may expect.
Yeah, and then that's where I'm at. I mean, I just don't get the feeling like I had against Oklahoma and Georgia, because Auburn is the reason why they're 1-6 and they're 5-6. Okay, I just don't. I see here's where I look at. We got better quarterback. We got better coaching. That's what I'm basing this on, Christian. I'm not just saying this to be saying it. I'm looking at the aspect. In order to win, you got to have better quarterback. You got to have better coaching.
But let me ask you this, though. But I'm saying in terms of quarterback play, because you're putting a lot of emphasis on that, which I am too. That's why I'm saying he has to play good. You have no concern over what we've seen the last few weeks. Like so if we see the same level of play that we've seen out of Ty in this offense over the last few weeks, going against a defense as talented as theirs, at least up front, they are vulnerable in the back end. That doesn't give you any type of concern, because remember, we don't have some explosive running game that we can just lean into when our passing game isn't working great. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, we're a little one-dimensional in that aspect. That doesn't give you any type of hesitation whatsoever?
No, because their pass defense is suspect. And that's what I'm basing this on, the pass defense. And the best thing could have happened, because you know how Auburn is. They're all giddy about, man, they scored 62 points on Mercer. And Deuce Knight's the next best thing is slice spread. This is the way I'm looking at it. I see our leadership. They got too much in front of them that they're going to take control of this game. They're going to go down there and take the crowd out of the game. They're going to score real quick a couple of times, and they're going to take the crowd out of the game. And Auburn cannot play from behind. I mean,
and that's why I said earlier, we got to start fast. I'm with you. If we start fast like we were doing earlier in the year, because remember, we were starting fast, having good opening drives. If we can do that and start kind of draining a little bit of that motivation, I do think that helps us out tremendously. But like I mentioned, I'm going off of what I've seen out of us recently, and I'm just saying, if we play how we've been playing in recent weeks, there's going to be a lot more challenges in this game than there probably needs to be. That's all I'm saying. But I hear what you're saying, Bryce. I mean, I get what you're saying. When we're playing our best ball, you're right. We should beat this. If we're playing our best ball, we should comfortably beat this football team. But I also know when rivalry games,
too much in front of us.
Right, but we also had too much in front of us when we went on the road and lost to Oklahoma last year by a couple touchdowns and played one of our worst games. So I'm just saying, I just know how the game of football works, Bryce. So I'm just again, if we play our best ball, I'm with you, but that has to be done, right? And we haven't done that in recent weeks. So I'm just saying, just consider.
Can you do me a favor?
Sure.
And I got on to my nephew for this last night. Don't say if. It's this: when we go down there and take care of business and beat Auburn, we go to the national championship.
Bryce,
let's think positive.
Bryce, Bryce. Let me remind you and anybody else who has a similar mindset. I am a former player and analyst of this game.
I know you are.
My job is to break the game of football down. I lose all my. Listen to me, Bryce. Listen to me, Bryce. If I came on this show and said everything that some of you guys say or want me to say about win we this and we're going to win by 3, guess who would be wrong 90% of the time? This guy. Guess whose credibility rides on being, knowing what I'm talking about and breaking the game of football down based off of my experience. That's what I'm going to do. That is my job. So listen, I told you, I'm confident in our football team to win the game. If we play our best ball, we're a better football team than we should win this football game. However, just like I said against Oklahoma, and people cried about me giving them credit, and we saw what happened. I was right about that. Just like we talked about in other situations. I go off of what my eyes see and what they tell me. Listen, at the end of the day, yes, I'm a quote-unquote fan now, but I'm a former player that played this game for years. I'm an analyst that breaks it down. I'm going to do that because that's who I am and that's my job. All love, Bryce. We got to get out of here. Happy Thanksgiving.
I'm with Tommy. I'm with Tommy on you too, buddy. Bye.
See ya. All right, we got to get out of here. You got Wyatt coming up. Big thanks to everybody listening. Chase Behind the Glass. Again, happy Thanksgiving. I'm telling you guys, one of the most things I'm most thankful for is you guys here on the show that lets us do this every day. So big thanks to you guys. I hope you guys have a great day tomorrow. Eat well. We look forward to talking to you Friday as we wrap things up ahead of this Iron Bowl 2025. This has been the Miller's Edge, Tide 100.9, 1230, WTBC.
You've been.
All right. Sorry, guys. I hate that I have to remind people like that because it sounds like I'm being a tool. I promise I'm not. Y'all know my heart. I'm confident in us. I want us to win I promise. But that's irresponsible of me as a true analyst, right? Again, I mean, like I get paid this is my job. I get paid to do this in the broadcast. Like, guys, I wish you guys understood how this works. Like, so if it's like whether it's me, whether it's Damian, Greg, whatever, and if anything, I try to make everything spin as positive as possible, right? Even with my dad, I always do that. However, I have to just be honest from what I see. That's what a breakdown is, man. So anyway, Christian's been right all year. I think we're about to blow folks out, and Christian's like they got a good defense. It's a hostile environment. Saturday comes, struggle win. Christian knows ball. Hey, appreciate that, Chief. No, listen, I'm not saying I'm right all the time. I mean, listen, I'm not God. I don't know everything. But that's why I always tell you guys, man, like when I tell you I watch tape and I watch stuff, I look for tendencies. Like, guys, I treat this shit like when I was playing. I'm not making that up. There's some people that just read over some stuff and just kind of come on and like they just present stuff because they're just trying. That's how they guys. I'm telling you, man. Like I'm a student of the game, but that's always been like what I did. That was what made me. I wasn't always the biggest, most athletic, this, that, whatever. Right? Like what gave me, like separated me was like the due diligence I did on trying to find every advantage. And that was a lot of times watching tape and breaking shit down. I say all that to say, like, so I do that with this. Now, granted, I'm not right with everything, but I guarantee, like Chief said, if you go back and check my receipts, my takes are I'm probably about 90% from this season. I've been pretty solid on stuff. So anyway, but again, I'm not saying that to like brag or anything. I'm just telling you guys, man, like I'm not just talking outside of my neck, so I'm getting that. That said, though, I hope we go blow them out. It's Auburn. Who don't want to go blow them out? But I'm just saying when I look at personally, again, just a quick little summary. When I look at this matchup, and we're off there, by the way, we're just on the stream. You got our strength being our passing attack, their weakness being what? Their secondary. That's a big plus for us. Typically, I would say, man, that's got me feeling hella confident. However, turn on the tape of what we've been, right? The last few weeks. There's a saying in football, you're only as good as your last play. Right? They say that all the time to players. You're only, or teams or whoever. You're only as good as your last play. Well, we've now shown on tape for about a month, right? We have not played the same way we played, offensively, going back to Georgia, Vanderbilt, Missouri even. We haven't been functioning at as high as a level as we were then. So that's when I start taking taking all these factors in. And then I don't just say, well, they have a good rush. No, I say, all right, they got a good rushing defense. And I go watch why they have a good rushing defense. I go look at which players they have. I can highlight a number of players if we turn on the tape. Like they've got some good players up front. They've got a linebacker who's a really good player. Right? I think they've got like 28 sacks in there. They can get to the quarterback. They stop the run really well. They do a lot of good stuff. And so I just consider those factors. And you got to think like in your head, like from my perspective. All right. So if we're struggling to throw the football, but then we also don't run the football great, but they got a really good rushing defense, so that you don't expect us to really even try to pry that open, that could lead to some stalled drives. That could lead to some 3 and outs. Well, then that puts more pressure on our defense. Well, then I'm thinking like this, like, all right, they might not have this crazy passing attack, but they do have some good skill guys. They do have quarterbacks that can use their legs. And I'm not just going to say like, oh, well, we struggle with, mobile quarterbacks. However, I do know when you play those types of quarterbacks, you might do good on first and second down, and it comes like 3rd and long, and it takes one guy to break contain, and then the guy scrambles out and ends up extending a drive. And then you talk about the momentum that goes in there, and you talk about how that goes on their side. And then they make an explosive play and everything. Like there's just a lot of I think about all that stuff before I talk with you guys. So I'm just so you guys know. I mean, like there's a lot that goes into like when I come on here and talk. That's all I'm getting at. That being said, enough of that nonsense. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Again, I appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much for always supporting us here, whether it's here, the radio, whatever, even the folks that listen to the post-game show that I do on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Definitely very thankful for you guys. Again, like you guys here are like my little family, man, the Miller's Edge family. It's always fun to talk with you, and I look forward to doing this every day, man. You guys you're awesome. So hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. And again, we'll be back on Friday, and look forward to talking to you guys then. So we'll see you guys then.